Manny Pacquiao has joined Gervonta Davis alongside Calvin Ford in preparation for the Jake Paul fight. With news that the fight might not happen at all, and with word flying around that Tank might actually step out of the bout, Pacquiao's move has left fans with a clear indication that this will happen, and Jake Paul is not ready for this version of Tank.
Manny, when you beat Barrios, what's next? Are you going to fight Ryan Garcia, Haney, Lopez, Gervonta Davis? Are you ready to go through these fights?
One at a time.
But you want those guys.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I always, I cannot say after this that I'm going to fight like that.
Pacquiao arrived in Los Angeles earlier this week and immediately linked up with Davis's camp. The two have now began light training sessions together, focusing on movement, timing, and strategy. Tank's camp has confirmed that Pacquiao has been sharing his experience and helping Tank fine-tune the details ahead of the fight date. Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime coach, said Pacquiao's presence has brought a whole different kind of focus to the gym. When asked about the matchup, Pacquiao has made it clear that he believes skill beats size. "I believe Gervonta wins. It will not be a brutal fight since it's an exhibition, but there's no way a YouTuber will beat experience, real fight experience." According to Pac, Tank has faced bigger fighters before, referencing the Mario Barrios fight as proof that technical ability and precision can overcome reach and weight disadvantages. "Real fighter are just built different," Pacquiao said. "He knows how to fight smart. That's what will beat Jake."
Gervonta, they could have figured out a fight.
Inoue is fast.
Inoue is fast.
Inoue is fast.
Is Gervonta part of your plans down the future?
Remember, in boxing, speed is the key. Speed is the key.
The collaboration comes at a time when the fight's status remains uncertain. Rumors of negotiations falling apart have begun to circulate. But Pacquiao's decision to visit and train with Davis has fans confident that the bout is still moving forward. However, things actually seem pretty serious. The Miami-Dade County civil suit, filed on October 28th, paints another grim chapter in Tank's turbulent personal life. It comes from a different ex-girlfriend and accuses him of serious allegations that could make Tank forced to step out. According to court filings, the alleged incident took place in the early hours of October 27th at a Miami gentleman's club where the woman worked.
You guys can look into it. I didn't, you know me, I don't really speak about stuff outside the ring, but now I have to since it affects the ring, okay, and what happens in the ring. The fight may be canceled. It's a civil suit from my understanding, and I don't want to, confuse you guys or misinform you guys. I didn't look into it.
The complaint further details an earlier confrontation on September 23rd. The woman, identified only in court documents, says she's now dealing with anxiety and PTSD and is demanding compensatory and punitive damages. This lawsuit remains civil, meaning Davis isn't facing jail time at this stage, but the timing couldn't be worse. The exhibition with Jake Paul was already facing uncertainty, and this latest blow might be enough to derail it entirely.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis November the 14th fight is off. The Jake Paul team have now reached out to Anthony Joshua, Floyd Mayweather, Ryan Garcia and Edgar Berlanga to replace Tank Davis, who is being sued for assault.
For Davis, this isn't unfamiliar territory. Over the years, he's been followed by one legal issue after another. And this is not to mention how the July incident is still haunting him. The pattern has left many questioning how much longer his career can keep surviving these legal storms. For Jake Paul's team, it's now about contingency plans, and word is they already have one. Chris Mannix reports that an offer has been sent to Ryan Garcia to step in as a replacement opponent if Davis officially withdraws. This alone has stirred the internet, given the fiery history between Garcia and Davis. The two met in 2023 in one of boxing's biggest crossover events, with Tank winning by body shot knockout in front of a sold-out Las Vegas crowd. That night made millions and cemented both men as mainstream draws, even if only one walked out with the victory.
What do you think of Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis? I know on Instagram you called it a circus.
Yeah, boxing is slowly turning into the WWE. That's what I think.
Does Tank Davis have a chance?
Yes, but
yeah?
I don't even want to talk about it. Don't ask me questions like that again.
Since that fight, Garcia's career has been a roller coaster. His comeback earlier this year didn't go as planned either. Fighting Rolly Romero in New York's Times Square, Garcia looked sharp early but faded late, losing on points after 12 frustrating rounds. Now 27, he's been trying to rebuild momentum and reposition himself in boxing's spotlight, and this Jake Paul offer might be his best shot.
Is this really the case? It has been reported by a couple of online periodicals, and if this is the case, then it says something about influencer, crossover and exhibition boxing. Because the reports are that the Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis fight is light by 6,000 tickets.
Behind the scenes, Garcia's name has been in multiple conversations. He's publicly mentioned being in talks to face Manny Pacquiao, calling it a dream fight. In a recent interview with The Ring, he already made it clear that the idea of facing the Filipino legend still excites him. "I've been interested in fighting the legendary Manny Pacquiao for a while now," Garcia said. "There's a history there. We talked about it before. It fell through, but if Manny wants to throw down, let's do it." Pacquiao, now 46, is currently still helping Tank ahead of his fight with Jake. But the fact that he is also looking for a return in the ring, we could see him face off one of these names here. Besides, most didn't expect much from him after a 3-year layoff. But the performance against Barrios reminded fans that even in his mid-40s, the Pac-Man can still move. That's why Garcia's call-out has drawn attention, and he still seems deep in the talk. And as many fans would want Manny to take a rest, he may not be close to doing so.
Gervonta's legacy for being undefeated. So that's why I'm saying there's going to be a big payout involved to where they say it's a draw. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here today. There's going to be a...
Still, Garcia believes his style would overwhelm Pacquiao. "Manny's style fits perfectly into mine," he said. "I'm a great counterpuncher, and he knows that. That's why he never brings my name up. I'd capitalize on his mistakes and knock him out like Marquez did. All respect to him, but I'd dominate him." Garcia even hinted at timing, saying he's eyeing December for his next fight. "If Manny wants to make big money, let's do it. If not, I can fight Rolly in a rematch. Either route's fine."
Bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
But with Tank Davis possibly out, Garcia's path could shift overnight. A Jake Paul matchup carries the kind of spectacle and payday that even seasoned champions chase. Their back-and-forth history on social media only fuels that fire. Both have mocked each other's boxing credibility for years. For Garcia, this could be the perfect storm. A global audience, a chance to headline against one of the sport's most polarizing names, and an opportunity to flip the narrative around his career.
It's an exhibition, but still, Tank versus Jake Paul.
I thought she was going to say Tyson versus Floyd. Damn, she went even lower. I don't like it. I just want them to come out healthy. The reason why I don't like it is because anything could happen. And if anything happens, and all of a sudden Tank got to retire because of some kind of weird shoulder injury, trying to punch him, anything could happen. And I would just prefer for,
As for Paul, he's been unusually quiet amid the chaos. His team has reportedly paused official fight promotions while assessing the situation around Davis. Still, sources close to the camp say Paul remains determined to fight on the same date, even if it means switching opponents at the last minute. Pacquiao's involvement in Tank's training adds another layer of intrigue. It's hard to imagine Pac committing time to a camp he didn't believe would lead to an actual fight. That's why fans were convinced the exhibition was locked in until the lawsuit broke. Now, Pacquiao's own name is being floated as a potential opponent again, not just for Garcia, but maybe even for Jake Paul himself if the schedules align.
Oh, not gonna lie, you really got knocked out. Yeah, I really got knocked out. Watch the fight, you idiot. Went 12 rounds. Like, you're weird, bro. Bro didn't even knock me out or even throw punches. That's sad, bro. Just know, bro, I'm coming back. It's gonna be vicious. Like, you guys don't want to see that. You guys are weird, trying to troll me over a fight I didn't even care about. Did you guys watch the same fight?
It's a strange, overlapping web of possibilities. Pacquiao training with Tank, Garcia calling out Pacquiao, Jake Paul waiting on a replacement, and Tank fighting to keep his name from collapsing under legal weight. Behind all the noise, the promoters are scrambling. Showtime executives, who've long partnered with Davis, are already reportedly distancing themselves from the situation. Sources claim no network wants to risk a PR meltdown just weeks before an exhibition bout. If Tank's case gains more attention, the bout could be quietly canceled altogether, something that would cost everyone millions. In boxing, though, chaos often sells.
Look at this face-off, Henry. What are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from
for me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
cringe
it.
about it?
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put the hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to boxing.
And as much as this saga looks like a disaster for Tank, it's setting up another wave of attention around Jake Paul's next move. Whether that's Garcia, Pacquiao, or another surprise name, the show will go on, even if the man once known as The One watches it unfold from the sidelines.
Out of like the influencer world would be the most lucrative thing for my career, and I think I was the only one who like actually wanted to do it, and actually wanted to go all the way, and that's why I set the goal for myself early to become a world champion, set the bar extremely high, and to just...
Devin Haney has also joined the talk, and he's made it clear that he isn't losing sleep over Gervonta Davis choosing Jake Paul over Lamont Roach. When asked on the Ariel Helwani show about Tank's decision, Haney brushed it off with the calm of someone who's seen enough of the circus side of boxing.
Listen, he's a marketing genius, but when it comes to people that pick his fights, I can't get my head around it. If Tank hits him clean, he's going to sleep. He'll have a lot of smoke blowing up his backside by his coaching team and people like that, but when he gets hit for real, 10 ounce, well, I'm told it's 16 ounce gloves, not like an exhibition. Right. I'm told it's big gloves and head guards, he's gonna need them.
It's an exhibition fight, he said, leaning back in his chair. That's his business. We all know what that means. He didn't sugarcoat it, either. There was a lot more at stake if he'd gone for the Lamont rematch. Did people want to see it? Yeah, but I think they'll still make that fight eventually. Haney's tone said it all.
Now, Jake Paul, Tank, how you see that fight going?
Man, that's not a real fight. I like Jake.
Is Tank?
It's not a real fight.
It's not a fight. Does Tank have a chance? He's so much smaller. He's a real boxer, but he's so much smaller.
The whole Jake Paul thing might be fun for headlines, but it's not legacy work. Still, when it came to the actual matchup, even Haney admitted there's something oddly intriguing about it. Jake's a decent boxer, he said. He's got skills, he works hard, and he's big. Tank's small. It's an interesting fight. Tank's been boxing since he was a kid, though. He should win. But I don't know all the rules or the setup. That's the part most fans keep circling back to, the exhibition label. It changes everything.
It's an exhibition, but still, Tank versus Jake Paul.
I thought she was going to say Tyson versus Floyd. Damn, she went even lower. I don't like it. I just want them to come out healthy. The reason why I don't like it is because anything could happen. And if anything happens, and all of a sudden Tank got to retire because of some kind of weird shoulder injury, trying to punch him, anything could happen. And I would just prefer for,
It's not about titles, records, or belts. It's about spectacle, about who can pull in the biggest crowd, sell the biggest show, and walk out with the fattest check. And Davis, for all his controversies, knows how to do that. But even with the money and the fame, talks about retirement have started creeping in. Tank mentioned earlier this year that he could hang up the gloves by the end of 2025. Maybe the exhibition with Jake Paul was supposed to be his farewell cash-out, a last show before walking away. Haney doesn't buy it. He's bluffing, he said flatly. Tank's too young, too sharp. Fighters like him don't just walk off into the sunset like that. Not yet, but what's supposed to be a lighthearted exhibition has spiraled into something way more heated.
Jake Paul and Tank as well coming up. Now that's the cause a bit of a debate on because of the weight difference. I mean that's the case with Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather as well. One of the best boxers right now. I think that fight there, because of Tank's skill level, it's like it makes it fair, even though he's not. The weight difference is great.
The multi-million-dollar wager between Paul and Davis, the one they shouted about on stage, is still unresolved. What started as banter turned into full-blown trash talk, then into something personal.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. Over 10 3-minute rounds. And when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. 3 commission-approved, world-class professional judges will score every...
Jake Paul, never one to hold back, tore into Davis in an interview with Daily Mail Sport. For me, this is personal, he said. Gervonta is unprofessional. He's everything that's wrong with boxing. He's a fraud. He says things on stage and then doesn't agree to them, like the $2 million bet, like moving to 10-ounce gloves. We're still at 12-ounce gloves. He's a joke.
My only concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake.
It's the kind of talk that sells fights, and Paul knows it. But this time, the tension feels real. The two have already shoved each other multiple times, face-offs turning into mini brawls before security pulled them apart. Things really started to unravel at the last press conference when Davis found out mid-event that the fight was being set at a catch weight of 195 pounds. He looked caught off guard, eyebrows raised, mumbling something to his team. For a man who's fought his entire life between 130 and 140 pounds, that's a mountain to climb, even if it's just for show.
The retort would be there's such a big weight discrepancy there, right? That's what some people...
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Tank probably sparred like heavyweights or light heavyweights and things like that.
Damn,
so
really?
It's probably nothing that he never seen before. I'm pretty sure Jake never fought nobody that little.
No, it's good.
So
that's the fascinating part about it.
I feel like it's more like so harder for Jake to fight a smaller guy.
Since then, the energy has been pure chaos. Social media jabs, leaked training clips, and non-stop speculation over the fight's rules. Will knockouts count? Is headgear allowed? No one seems to know for sure. That mystery only adds to the hype.
It's hard to know in some things. I think Gervonta's just gonna stick and move. He'll be fast, play it smart, I don't see him staying still for too long so Jake can land some shots. He'll just try to touch him. Who knows, man? It's an exhibition. It's a money grab.
Paul, meanwhile, is leaning into the madness. This is the biggest and riskiest fight of my career, he said this week. I respect Tank. That's why I wanted this fight. He's going to bring the best out of me. But this sport is about backing up your words, and I always do that. He doesn't. Coming from anyone else, that would sound hollow. But Jake has actually done it. Love him or hate him, he's been proving doubters wrong since he laced up gloves. From YouTuber to pro, he's faced real fighters, even if they weren't elite. He's trained like one, lived like one, and brought millions of new eyes to boxing in the process.
Granted, it's entertainment, right? But this what this is, it's sports entertainment. This is what's gonna put butts in the seat, believe it or not. This is what's gonna, bring a lot of money to the sport. Especially, we have people trying to say boxing is dead, boxing is dying. But, we have a whole demographic of people that don't even watch boxing.
Still, no amount of grit changes the fact that he's walking into a ring with one of the most explosive punchers of his generation. Tank's precision, speed, and ability to end a fight with one clean shot are unmatched in his division. The weight difference might make this less dangerous on paper, but no one's taking that risk lightly.
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna do.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that.
Tim Bradley on his YouTube channel didn't hesitate for a second. Tank ain't losing this fight, he said, shaking his head. No, Jake don't have enough experience. This is like taking candy from a baby. Jake is missing the rules, man. This is what happens when you don't grow up in the game. Bradley's not wrong about experience. Jake's still learning the small details, ring positioning, timing, how to handle pressure from a veteran who's seen every trick in the book. Tank's entire life has been about those details. That's why when you strip the noise away, the odds still tilt in Davis's favor.
Because check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, this gonna be taking candy from a baby. Jake is missing the rules. See, this is what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You start reading your own.
What's making people hesitate, though, is everything surrounding him. The lawsuits, the outbursts, the uncertainty. The fight could fall apart, rescheduled, or even replaced altogether. Fans have seen it before. That's why Paul's team has quietly started scouting alternates, just in case. But for now, the date's still on, and Davis is training as if the show must go on. His camp insists he's locked in. Reports from Los Angeles suggest Pacquiao's still around, helping fine-tune Tank's rhythm and movement, keeping the gym energy focused despite the noise outside. But do you think we'll even get to see the fight? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.